Hello one, hello all. It's time to get active for the 9.5 Sim Sport SS SummerSlam, boys and gals. Welcome on board. Hope you're tuning in from wherever you are. Feel free to give us a share, a stream, a poke, a like, or whatever it is that people do these days. But yeah, Toyota GR86 SummerSlam series for 9.5 Sim Sport Invitational. So two race format tonight. So we've got round one, or race one, we should say, at Sandown. 40-minute race with a pit stop, and then we double up, drop out of the server, jump into another, and we go again at Winton. So should be a belter. We've got fairly big numbers, hoping that everyone is able to get in, and it does look like, to be honest with you, we've got a pretty stacked field, but we were capping it at 40. It ended up at 50, so there's a couple that can't attend tonight, but we're well over what we wanted to. So chock-a-block full, and looking forward to seeing what happens tonight. But say good day out there if you are there. Let us know if the volumes and everything's good. But early on, we've got Bo Orbit smoking the field with a 1:19.8 up front in practice. So there's only a couple of minutes left to practice.
Spot already, G.
So yeah, should be a midnight. But move that up, eh? But yeah, anyway, so Rick Kuznetsov in P2 there, Jack Maloney in P3. But this is only practice. But I've got to say, there's a fair bit in the toe. There's the 1.9 boys on screen, so they're already out there towing and whatnot. So yeah, should be good. Should be good. But there's the tricky spot right there where Matty Stewart's into the fence. It's pretty difficult in these cars to carry momentum. There's another car on the fence. So wait and see how it all pans out tonight. But like I said, give us a share, give us a shout out. Get your favourite driver in there. By all means, drop a comment. See if I can't get rid of that pop-up box for a second. Let me just try and drop that down here and out of the way. Sorry all. So don't need that popping up. That is the end of practice. Like I said, Bo Elbert up front. So I'll flick over to Quali and see how it all pans out from here. But see how quickly people roll out. Rick, you know what? And he hasn't changed the colour of his wheels. Rickster, or his car number. Good job, Rick, Sir Rick. Kuznetsov. It's whilst wouldn't be an 9.5 Sim Sport stream without a plug to our wonderful sponsors, but good way to start with Rick on screen there. So obviously RSW Graphics straight up for the quick turnaround delivery. Thank you, Ross. He is in here tonight as well. But of course, Racecraft, our sponsors, amazing. Turn in Race Apparel. Go check them out. New clothing brand out of Perth. Go check them out and have a bit of a look. And of course, we've got our regulars. We've got Cutting Edge Tracks, Racing Ears, Custom Ears Protection, and of course RB Media on board. It's let's see how these guys go. We went one quali just to get away from any towing and antics. There is a lot of cars out there, so we wanted to make sure that we gave everyone plenty of space. So we'll see how it shapes up. But like I said, if you are there, say good day, drop a comment. Everything should be working as it should be. And let us know if the stream quality and sound and everything's alright. So, here he goes. Nice exit onto the straight. It is, these cars are all about momentum. There's no horsepower in the things. So, pole set purples on the outlet, not a bad option. Tank capacity, but tank capacity is at 30%, but this is open setup, so should be good. Nice through there, a bit of a moment. Hey Aaron, thanks for the like. There, thank you for the like. Happy birthday, babe. Not tonight, but happy birthday. So nice through there. The Riley's made his way in as well. Wait, shit. No, we have to have some spotters in tonight. Look out. Everyone's getting pretty serious. Almost flat through the kink. Not too bad. ADOS. Thanks, mate. Hopefully we'll see you out there on that safety car tonight. Or hopefully not, whichever way you want to look at it. A lot of curb. A lot of curb. A lot of attitude in the car. There's purple on the first sector, green in the second. It goes to the top on a 20.4. John Lee crosses the line. Starting a lap. Kyle Zink crosses the line. No, sorry, Christopher Tomlin. So times are coming in now, certainly. We've got Tomlin on screen. Brady Myers as well, so let's not forget. Brady Myers, the reigning champion in the 9.5 SS Invitationals, running the #1 as he will be next year in 2023 Scots competition as well. But Brady picked up the win at the big moment at the Bathurst 300 that we did not long ago. So Brady ticking along pretty well in P2 there. So big time gap, so it's going to be interesting come race time. We've got a lot of cars as we said, so hopefully everyone gives each other plenty of room, lap traffic and whatnot. Good thing is these things don't move too quick in a straight line, so hopefully it's not too bad. But big commitment. Big commitment. So Rick's gone a bit quicker with a 20.358. These cars do get quicker. If you haven't driven them yet, obviously it's free content through iRacing, so go and download them. They're an absolute blast. They're really good fun to race, you know, door-to-door stuff. Let's see how Brady goes here across the line. He's got 2 green sectors. Bo Elbert, though, to the top with a 3.09. So Bo absolutely flying along. Who else have we got? We've got Alex Court setting a purple Sector 2, his last lap. So Alex jumping in for the night. So he's sitting P4 there, pretty strong. But you can see the spread of times is quite big at this point in time. A little bit of breakthrough there. These things almost feel like a bit of a road bike at times. You can trail brake a little bit mid-corner and sucks it into the apex. So Alex on a decent lap here. He's not quite as quick as his previous. Obviously this will wrap up pretty quick, so we'll have a bit of time to analyse and see what's going on. But Alex, does he go any quicker? He's pulled into the pits. No, he doesn't. But Bo Elbert looks like he's on another flyer. Of course, Bo announcing that he'll be leaving Altus after the Daytona 24, so that's big news in the sim world. And he just goes quicker with a 20.02. 3 purple sectors donking the field. So get another lap here. Let's see what he can do. I think we'll find that everyone else has pretty much put in their laps. A little bit of movement there. Oh, there's a fence on the outside, so Brock's moved up just a little bit. And Blake Urquhart on a decent lap as well. Does he move up? No, he doesn't. So starting to see cars finishing their runs. 27 cars. Now, that could be a me thing, not a... That's a lot of cars that have not set times. So, what have we got in the server? So we've got 38 cars. So we've got a few that haven't made it tonight, which is a bit of a shame, but that is what it is. Racing should be pretty action-packed. So, if you got anyone you want to check out, feel free to drop a comment, please. That would be spectacular. That way I know the comments are working as well. But yeah, feel free to drop a comment down below. A little bit squirrely under brake stand to Dandenong. Oh, Rick. With a purple, last sector goes 20.071, 0.05 off. Bit of a shout out too to Ashley Davis. Good to see him back in the sim with 9.5 of course as always, but it's not unlike him to rag it, but just had a knee operation not long ago. And then we've got Gianni Lutsu. Hasn't done a lot of laps in these things, been focused on the GT stuff, but where's he sitting in P14 at the moment? Sam Muir, it's a great lap from him. Still banging along in the 1.9 entry. So, hey, we got a comment. Good news. I was worrying it wasn't working. Thank you, Racing News Custom Ears Protection, and good luck indeed. Yeah, we've got a pretty big spread of times. We'll have safety car, or safety truck, I should say, as well. But it looks like everyone's pretty much got times in. Kobe Jones is currently circulating, but we'll finish this lap out. That Sam's in, so Kobe Jones, sorry, Cameron Jones, not Kobe Jones, my apologies. Thank you, Mr. Dawson, appreciate it. Kind of looks like everyone, we've still got Aaron Borg out there, no. Let's see what's going on, there he is. Hey, look at that for a livery. Sticking true to the origin of manufacture. Bo Orbit again on a bit of a flyer here. He's already got pole locked away, and everyone else has got their lap in, I should say, not lapped. But Bo's gone purple in the middle. Let's see if he can improve it. Yellow in the first. Bo Orbit does not improve his time, or he might be actually starting. That's his 5th lap, so he is done. Seth Vandell, sorry mate, well done. Obviously now over with Pursuit Sim Racing. But that's a cracking job. He's literally just got off a plane from America not too long ago, so don't worry about jet lag, just jump straight in the sim and get on with it. But he's looking pretty good here too. Purple middle, green first. This could be a lap to close him up a bit. What's he do? There you go, P2, 20.045. We've literally got 0.051 separating the first 3 cars. And then a little bit of a margin back to Brady in P4. We've got Brian Borg sitting there in P5 at the moment. Lockhart Brownlee just moves up to P10. And of course, we've still got Aaron Borg out there circulating as well. So this looks like he is done and dusted. So we've still got 4 minutes left in the session. And yes, Mr. John Lee, he's already wrapped up his lap, so I can't bring him up. But John's sitting down in P30 at the moment. I think he said he's done half a lap of practice and he's ready to rock and roll. So I feel like I need to give him a nickname so that his initials and titles are a bit longer there. But Mr. Racecraft himself, so look out. for him in the race. If you can't tell, these are all Toyotas. Oh, hang on, that's Johnny. Hang on, that is John. I thought you might have had one of your folks out there, mate. Thanks, Mandela. Appreciate it, mate. Aren't you meant to be racing? But thank you very much for the like. But a few out there just banging laps, which isn't a bad idea. I think Bo's doing the same thing, just getting a feel for the race. Fuel window is going to be interesting. Fuel burn is like 1 point something. Yeah, fuel burn is extremely low around here, so well, it's extremely low anywhere by the looks of it. But yeah, just over 1 litre, 1.2 litres a lap. So 30% tank restriction in these things. That was the only way we could force a pit stop. So yeah, will be a pit stop. And like I said, there'll be a safety truck out there at some point, I would assume. It wouldn't be Sandown without a safety car. But yeah, Bo is just banging out the laps. So, and his lap times are pretty on point as well. So yeah, copy that. No worries, Mandela. Mr. Borg. Great to see Brian Borg back in the car. Had some good fun with him last night. Trying to avoid the wrecking ball, but yeah, really good fun with Brian last night. So good to see you back, mate. If you're out there, 13 viewers, thank you. Feel free to throw up a share on any of your media or any of your socials. Be greatly appreciated. And we've still got a minute and a half left of the session, but it's literally, like I said, just a couple out there rolling around. So Brody, I think that's pretty much everyone we've got out there. Is literally just Bo Albert now. And even he has not pulled in. We just got to get. Let's go on board for a lap with Mr. Albert. Car looks very stable through one, unlike 95% of the field. Oh, yeah, copy. So, Bo's fenced it. Doesn't want to give any secrets away. But that's that. But these things are a real momentum car, so good thing is, great brakes. You can bomb them in there pretty deep. But if you don't have the momentum on exit, it's like a four-stroke high go-kart. You just can't get the thing moving. So see a lot of moves, but then a lot of activity after it with cars trying to find space and figure out what's going on. So should be good. Should be interesting. But what do we got? Hopefully we get a 3-minute grid and we can go through all these cars that we have got. But we'll bring that up right now. But straight at the front, Bo Albert off pole. Stunning job. Sebastian Vandel, P2. Rick Kuznetsov. Still got Premier Racing Team. Noted. It's with 95 Sim Sport in P3. Brady Myers, Trans-Tasman Racing in defending champ in P4. Brian Borg, PRT in P5. Gianni Lutsu pops it up to P6. Well done. Alex Court, great job there in Area 51 Sim Sports in P7. Rock Salmon in the Trans-Tasman 842 car in P8. Blake Urquhart, Century Motorsport in P9. Lockout Brownlee in P10. Great job. Joy Schultz, also Platinum Racing. Great job. P11. And we've got 19 MX Raps Racing. It's a mouthful. Sam Muir in P12. In P13, we've got Simon Chadwick from 9.5 Sim Sports. We've got Aaron Borg, who's jumped in late in P14. Ash Davis, great job in P15. Matt Stewart, P16. Riley Bilson, Mr. RB Media in P17. Chris Tomlin in P18. Hoping we've got the full grid time here. But Chris Tomlin in P18. We've got Rob Carmichael from Pursuit Sim Racing as well in P19. Kyle Zink from 9.5 in P20. Christopher Bleakley in P21. Joe Capone P22. Adam Jepson in P23. Corey Brand in P24. And then we've got Simon Bird, sorry, not Sam Bird. Simon Bird, P25. Stuart Crawford, P26. Rob Bradbury, P27. We've got a bit of a Century Motorsport pack here. Peter Pavlik, P28. Peter Gretton, LR Esports in P29. John Lee, Mr. Racecraft in P30. Jake Maloney, Trans-Tasman, just a last to first challenge maybe in P31. Cameron Jones, P32 with his 300 metres of practice before this. And then we've got safety car drivers and Connor Nixon starting down the back. But here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
The world's slowest getaway. Wow. They are going. They are going. It's Bo Elbert down into turn 1. Let's see if everyone gets through. Thanks, Eddie, for the like, mate. Nah, we've got a 1.9 car around, but he's clear of everyone. We'll come back to that in a minute. But Bo very quickly steps away. Borgie, Brownlee. Nice little packs here. Everyone's got through fairly cleanly. Joe Capone. We've got Jake Maloney bringing up the rear, so he's got a little bit of damage on the front there. We'll have to go back and have a look at that. But straight up, it's Bo Elbert. 0.7 of a second. This will hurt, but here we go. This is what we talk about, momentum of these things off the corner. So Rick's got a run here. Is it strong enough? And he comes. Down the inside. There's plenty of action all the way through. We've got some moves down the back here with was it Pavlovic, Jepson? Oh, big moment. I'll tell you what, they're not easy to save these things either. We'll just quickly go back and have a look at the Matty Stewart incident at the start here. So for whatever reason it doesn't want to play. There we go. Looks like I don't know if he's got a touch or... Oh, he's got a little bit of a touch. Bit of an awkward one. Looks like it might have been Simon Chadwick who just got into his door, but they both look like they're a little bit wide. But he's back up and running, so it's not end of world stuff. But tell you what, those checked out. 1.37 or 1.3 seconds over Rickford's nets off. And it looks like there we go again. So Seb's had a little bit of a moment. He's going to leave himself vulnerable here to Borgie. Borgie's not shy to stick a nose in. That moves Myers up to P3. Ryan decides to play it safe. Of course, former teammate, former team boss. Don't want to upset the apple cart there. But Johnny ticking along in P6. Not too shabby. He'll be just finding his feet. Brock Salmon. Oh, we've got a car off in the background. Riley Bilson had a bit of a moment back there. So he's slowly plummeting down the field. How are you, Eddie? Hope you're well, mate. A lot of activity. We've got Coles Inc on the outside here. A little bit of... Oh, it was close. Riley looking for the photo opportunities. But, here's a great little 3 wide action down the front straight. Look what we got. We've got Ash Davis on the inside. Jai Schultz. No one plays it safe. And as expected, oh, there's a big shunt. Big shunt. Ash a bit deep. There's a little bit of both ways there, but not ideal. But then a big tank slapper, and unfortunately, that's gone right into the side of Carmichael, and I'm not sure who the other car was there. But certainly Carmichael. We're going to do a cheeky rewind here. I don't like doing that, but we will. And one of the 1-9 cars, so the 194 of Sam Muir. Big shunt. Hey, thanks Stephen for the subscribe, mate. Massively appreciate that. Epic. Yeah, good to hear, Eddie. Good to hear. No safety car. Everyone kept going after that. Every once in a while, again, we've got the same 3 wide action here. You would think this is a replay of the last lap. This time it's Simon Chadwick on the inside. Bit of contact, but he backs out of it a little bit. That's a bit neater, boys. And Chad's had a little bit of a bad run, so you can see straight away there. Oh, he's made contact. We've got a car off in the background again as well. That's all happening. It is all happening. It's we got action aplenty. Let's go check out a little bit further down the pack. Simon Bird. And right in front of him, Cameron Jones has a bit of a spin. So, well done, he played it smart there. And packing it up. Tries to do a corporate. He's put it in the fence in reverse. And we've got a Century Motorsport little pack there. So these guys do have 1 fast repair open to them tonight, so they can use that at their own discretion wherever they want. But there's a bit of, so Gianni's boxed early. Boxed early. It's interesting because curious to see. He obviously feels he can get home from here. Go back up the front if I will, but just had a little bit of an issue with SDK dropping out there, folks. Let me just reload that and see what happens. It's not showing up. Just put it down and throw it back up again, see what happens. Bo weaving down the front straight. Safety car, safety car, safety car. Copy that. So here we are. Not sure why Brenner is calling safety car. I would have thought race control would have been doing that, but thank you, Brenner. There's a safety truck that we never got to see. Now, believe it or not, the safety truck is actually quicker around here than these cars. So let's go back and have a look and see what happened to create this little incident. Looks like quite a big shunt here potentially. Oh, big tank slapper. Okay, must be something else that's happened that's triggered it. little bit odd. I'm not sure why my timing is not working, folks. This is frustrating. So it's, let's see if we can go. There we go, it's back. Apologies, it was a button I'd hit. So, we've got the AA1 safety truck. How good does this thing look? Again, we didn't get to use it at Bathurst. So, Hayden is doing his thing. Hopefully he doesn't blow this thing up. But, yeah, I've been told that the safety truck is actually quicker around here than these cars. That's quite an interesting one. So, I don't think we're got anyone a lap down. Oh, Chris Tomlin's a lap down, so we be interesting if the guys get some wave rounds done. But we'll have to just wait and see. But certainly we've got they're well but out front. No one's boxed, so that's interesting. So it's interesting. Oh, there's a couple of cars boxing in the background. Yeah, so we've got a few cars boxing. That's interesting. I assume that they feel they can get home. What are we, lap 8? And we're 10 minutes into a 40-minute race, folks. So, yeah. Lap 8. Maybe everyone thinks they can get home from here. We'll have to wait and see. But apparently we got Bo Albert leading the way. Rick Kuznetsov in P2 doing a fine job there. We've got our defending champ, Mr. Brady Myers, in P3. Of course, love that profile pic as well. Seb Varndell, he had a little bit of a struggle early on, but he seems to have settled himself down. He's running a solid P4, but obviously with Pursuit Sim Racing, not Premier Racing Team. And his old team boss, Brian Borg, just tucked in behind him there, so Brian's doing a great job as well. Brock Salmon, yeah, doing a great job in P6. Jumping on in. Blake Urquhart, Century Car in P7, also doing a great job. Alex Court in P8. We'll cover, what have we got? Actually, biggest gain is Brody's Sentence. Again in a PSR, Pursuit Sim Racing car. Doing a stunning job. Up 22 spots into P15, so that's pretty mega. But yep, safety car pulls away. Have a listen to that thing. See, it's always, yeah, Hayden may or may not fence this, but it's giving it herbs, that's for sure. No doubt, he's probably done 50 laps today in this thing, trying to figure out, oh, he's missed an opportunity for a photo. Anyway, he's got it into pit lane. Leader has control of the field from here. What does he do? Does he go early? Swing wide and hit the throttle? You won't know. No. Checking him up. There he goes. These things are so quiet you wouldn't know. Let's go on board here and see if Rick can't make some moves. But Bo looks very comfortable. Plenty of action back here. We've got someone, John Lee has taken a the long route through turn 1. It's probably the best way to say it. 2 wide action through turn 4. 2 wide action everywhere. Jake Maloney, he's up 16 spots in P15. He's getting a bit of pressure from Kyle's Inc here. Kyle's not afraid to stick the nose in, I can tell you that much. He's got the run. No, he backed out of it. Backed out of it. There's a bit of a move up ahead. The 31 car, the 37 car, move the car around. He's done well to roll out of the way there. Chadwick is now the cork in the bottle. Got a KFC car in the fence in the background as well. We'll get back to that. We're almost 3 wide here. Oh, big contact. Joe Capone. Heavily damaged car. But now we've got this squabble. We're 3 wide, we're 2 wide. We might as well make it 4 wide. And they're trying to get through. Yeah, well done. Kyle is the one that misses out a bit there, but that's smart driving from everyone. Rob Carmichael, we're still 2 wide behind here with Havlick and Ash Davis. He doesn't give an inch. Bilson looks to go up the inside. Rolls back out of it. They're pretty good. Brady Myers and Sebby Van Del. Good understeer through the fast stuff. Seb looks like he's pretty content to sit there. It's on at the front as well. We've got Maloney and Simon Chadwick. This will light up. Walk straight up. Chattels has gone defensive. You can see that run that Maloney's got. He's going to try and get around the outside. And he makes it stick, but this is where it hurts. This is Chadwick's bulk down the straight now. Maloney's boxing. Brody, sorry, and Gianni Lutsu. Oh, Maloney had a black flag. Probably that. Bird, here we go, a bit of side-by-side action as well with Mr. Lee. You see be very soft in the back, that thing, for John Lee. Hoiking the front wheel off the ground. Let me know if the sound needs to come up at all at home as well, because you know what, I think I will just turn it up a bit, because these things are pretty quiet. Here we go again. It's a 1.9 car. Kyle just chops across in front of Matty Stewart. We might get a slow down there, that'll be interesting. Pulls it up. Ash Davis just ahead. Go back and have a bit of a look through the field. We've got a few cars to lap down now. I'm not sure they've got some front. It's the rear end of looks fairly second hand. It's John Lee still on the lead lap. P24 is up 6 spots. So he's doing a filter of a job there. And Van Del, well, Myers must have had a moment. Did Myers have a moment? We'll just quickly flick back. Sorry, I'm doing this thing you shouldn't do. Oh, that's a weird one. Hard into the fence as well. That's a very weird one. And then Van Del on exit makes a mistake as well. So that opens it up for Borgie to jump to P3. Mega back into here though. It doesn't look like the TTR car's been hurt too much on pace though, so that's good. Alex contacting race control by the look of it, so he's not happy about something. Can't say I've seen anything pop up on screen at this point. So we'll go have a look at Alex and see where he is at the moment. This is looking pretty hot as well, so Van Del, yeah, pops out. Can he get the move done? Oh, a bit of curb. Good, respectful racing. Boys get through there. And we've got these boys as well. Sam Muir, Bradbury, Maloney. Maloney's a few spots back there. there's plenty of action, no matter which way you look at it. They may not be the quickest cars in the world, but what are we? We're halfway through the race, so we may even look at shortening the second race to 30. It is probably a bit long for these cars, so we might drop race 2 down to 30 minutes. But yeah, it looked like you gave it a good send, Hayden. So well done, mate. I was worried you weren't going to get it back for a while there, but you did. So here's another battle. So we've got a 3-car battle here as well. It's Chadwick, Lutsu, and Brody Sentence. A couple of 9.5 bangers along with PSR car. One out in the dirt. Who was that? That was Lookout Brown. There's still one at the front. There's only half a second between. Well, I'm going to sit here because I'll tell you what, it could be a send. Here it comes. Sticks his nose out. Gianni up the inside. Oh, good racing, boys. Chat. Gonna have a little. I think you'll see a little bit of exit pace. Yeah, there we go. It's a moment. He gives him a push with a flash to his teammate on the way down. Hey Zach, thank you for the like, mate. There's a send. There's a send. There's a moment. 2 cars, no contact. But I'll tell you what, leaves this is where it could all go either beautiful or pear-shaped. So Gianni around the outside, that's going to help. And you stay off that curve. Good exit. Chad just hung around the outside a bit long. Hey, thanks Justin for the like. It's Gianni trying to break that toe straight to the inside. It's hey Jai, thank you mate. But this is going alright. This is going alright. It's interesting pace wise. Both their best laps within a tenth of each other, and they're lapping within a tenth of each other as well. So Bo just controlling the front of the field there. I can't picture these guys making it home. But you never know. It may happen. But I would think that Rick is playing the conservative role, just sitting there buying his time. It's still on back here, so even with Brady putting it in the fence, car's obviously still got pace. He's coming to grips with it. So sitting P3 at the moment. He's showing that he hasn't lost any pace, so I think he's actually in VR at the moment, so it should be interesting. And with his old teammate Stevie Varnell in behind, but Alex just closed back up on her car a little bit here, so that's pretty good. They've got a battle with Carmichael and Mr. Cameron G. Jones. Rob shapes out. This is the thing, you can brake late in these cars, but it's all about the exits. Oh, what a curve! What a curve. Oh, then we got Brody out in the weeds. Ados, thanks man, appreciate that. Thanks to everyone tuning in, do appreciate it. I think we might be the first to actually run a 86 series, or kick one off anyway, in Oz. So what a great little car it is. I mean, they're a handful, but they're good fun at the same time. Cam Jones still tucked in behind Brody. So that little moment at turn 1 for Rob's just hurt him a bit. So, hey, thank you 1-9. Boys are going well as Matty Stewart on cue has a moment. Let's figure out what happened here with Matty Stewart. Sorry, boys. Let's see what the go is. he's just, I'd say he's grabbed the downshift there and it's just locked the rears and sent it around. Not ideal. But he's back up and running in P20. Not too bad, but who's our probably hard charger at the moment? Let's say Brody Sentence. He's up 26 spots. That's pretty mega. It's absolutely mega, and he's in a great battle. We're not just up at the end. Chadwick here, we've got a bit of two wide action with him and Lockhart Brownlow. Boys at the front still doing what they do. Myers and Borg are racing pretty close together as well, but Lockhart backs out of that. And, oh, big air. We got in front there, sorry, Lockhart's in front. That was we got a lap car. Okay, sorry, that is a lap car. I'll shut up for a moment there. Blake into the pits. So pit wise, we what do we got? Gives you a bit of an indication on what's happening. So really from P, well, Rob Carmichael's the first of the stoppers. Lutzu's noted as no stop. Actually, this could be because I have to reset. Some things, so we may be a little bit out of sync there. But I don't believe everyone has watched. But Rick still sitting on the back of Bo Elbert. Coming up on, I think that may be the number 33. It is number 33 of... Oh, he's jumping out of the way there, Mr. Lee. Well done, mate. Top job. But this battle's still raging. Cell has left the pits. Have we got a safety car? We do. Safety truck, safety truck. What has happened here? We have got a car around. And it's Simon Chadwick. Has had a huge moment. That car is close. Let's see what's happened to Mr. Chadwick. Looks like he's done it on his own. Oh, he's had a big tank slapper on the way in, and then what's happened? He's actually one of those re-entries. Oh, that's not what you want. And he's just a pinball from that point, and then driven across. There's the old hold the brakes is a good idea at that point. That's not ideal, but not ideal. So that brings out our second safety car. As the 957 racecraft entry does not look particularly healthy. But, I hope Hayden doesn't hold that thing in top gear, because or in low gears, whatever you want to call it, because I think it'll be a bit second-hand. Bit of chat happening at the moment. We'll just unmute and see what the go is.
Copy. 957 clear to tow.
This makes it a 12-minute dash home. Yeah, not ideal.
So, race control, did you say wave rounds are okay?
We'll mute that again. Yeah, no, it's not ideal at all, Mr. Yaman. It's yeah, a bit of a dangerous re-entry, and then looked like he didn't hold the brakes, but yeah, not ideal. Still got no one pitting just yet.
Car 4 was ahead of car 1 at the...
We may have had pits. I do apologise. We had issues with timing, so could be a case of...
Sorry, am I allowed to rejoin?
Yeah, so these guys may have already boxed, but may have missed that with what was going on with the timing earlier on. But 37 cars, well 36 cars out there really, circling around. So this will be a 10-minute dash home. Gives me an opportunity to have a bit of a swig of the beverage and, of course, eat some dinner. But, yeah. But Alex Claus doing a good job. Stuart Crawford up 16 spots, doing a great job, along with his teammate Robbie Bradbury. Up 16 as well. Sam Bird. Simon Bird, sorry, I keep saying Sam Bird. Up 11 spots into P14, so that's a brilliant job. Brody Sentence up also 21 spots, so at the moment he is our hard charger. Jack Maloney in P19, he's had a drive through, but he's still up 12 spots, so he's doing a belt through a job. The ones that have hurt are the guys that are out, unfortunately. They are well out, but now we've got a bit of a camera issue again. Chadwick's back out there with a fast repair, so obviously down a lap. I'd assume we will be going green this lap. There goes the safety car. Safety truck, whatever you want to call it. We have not thrown a setup in this thing. Mega. Let's see where he goes. There he goes. Went a bit earlier this time. Everyone pretty much single file through turn one. Pulls back. Oh, we got that Maloney out wide. It is. Oh, ball. Oh, there's been a shunt. There's been a shunt. Who have we had? Looks like Borg's crashed and potentially. Oh, Van Del's caught up in it as well. Looks like quite a few cars might have got caught here. Oh! Seb's had a big tank slacker, and Aaron's kind of let him know what he thought of that there at the end, just trying to get off the track and out of the racing line. But he's had a proper slapper there. Have a look if he... Oh no, that was a bit ambitious there. So Borg's still in P15. Well, Carmichael's had a bit of an incident as well. We'll go check that out. The 958 in front of him at this point. Who's that? Ash Davis. He's caught a lot of curb. Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. Unfortunate there for Rob. The old racecraft guys need to pull their socks up. It's up front. It's all happening. Look at this. Proper battle here. So Ricketts next off P1, Brian Paul. Oh, there's a little bit of a dropout for someone there. It must be Borgie in P2. Bo dropped back to P3, so we'll have to have a look and see what's happened there. Brady Myers up into P4, so these guys nose to tail for the last 6 minutes. Good exits. I don't know if Bo's had a bit of a moment and dropped back. I mean, his lap times, I think he was fastest of that lead pack. Well, Brady Myers was quickest in that last lap, but here comes Bo again. So Bo to the inside. Brian plays a smart game, leaves him a little bit wide there, but and then does Brady sit? He does. We've had another crash. Side by side, down the front. For the amount of cars we've had, oh, Porky's rolled out of that. Playing it smart. Yeah, it's a bit interesting, isn't it? There's quite a few cars lap down and out, so yeah, it's been a couple of unfortunate incidents, so hopefully Winton is a little bit nicer. But the racing's been great out front, so yeah, a few too many big lobs so far, Gianni. It's but yeah, see if we can't tidy it up a bit for the next one. But what do we got? 3 minutes to go, and it's on for the lead. Oh, I'll tell you what, Rick's deep. That's cost him. That's cost him. Patience here, boys. He squeezes it. Bit of a touch. Brady Myers up the inside. Bit of contact. Brady, quickest car on track last lap. That gives Rick just a little bit of breathing room. Oh, there's a bit of a touch. He's pushed him. And there's a big moment. Everyone. Rick maintains. I think Bo just lifted there, but they're 3 wide. Brady played, well, a lot of two-wheel action there. Brady played the smart game. Bo with a little bit of a tap on the back of Borgie again. That's given Rick a bit of an opportunity to break away, but indeed. That was a big push here. Are we going to go 3 wide with Myers, or is he going to play the smart game? Really well done from the boys at the top 4 here. You got Brock Salmon, who's closing the gap slowly to these guys as well to make it a top 5 fight. But right now, oh, Bo with a big slide. Oh, he uses every bit of that exit. Here he goes. He going to have a look, or is he just going to push him? Playing it smart, trying to get the push back to Rick. got John Lee just up ahead by the looks of it. He's going to hopefully pull over here. He's kind of pulled over. He's on exit stage right. He's stayed at everyone's way. So well done, Johnny. But it's on again at the front. Bo Elbert making the move. Got pace to burn at the moment. But again, it's a slipstream track. So what does Rick do here? Does he go deep again? Let's see the front dip. They both break about the same point. Bo with the over-under. Holds onto it. So there'll be one more lap to go here. These two have just broken away from Myers and Brian Borg, and then we've got Brock Salmon just coming back into fifth there. Jake Maloney has made his way all the way up to P6. Massive drive from Jake. But here we go. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Oh, that was a bit willing. Oh, watch the rejoin, boys. That was willing down the back straight. And it doesn't look like... Where did Myers go there? So Myers ended up off track. Let's just have a quick look at that. Did he have a moment after this? Sort of. Oh, he's had a slowdown. He's had a slowdown. So, and in that, I have missed the finish. What a flop. So, someone goes flying off the back, but that's one way to finish a race, that's for sure. So Bo Elbert picks up the win. Rick Kuznetsov in P2. Brian Borg ends up in P3 with Brock Salmon. Moves his way up. We'll just bring up the not the grid. We'll bring up the results. Sorry. If the results want to load, probably won't load until the race is finished. But yeah, there you go. Brock Salmon, P4. Jake Maloney ends up with the hard charger, up 26 spots in P5. Mr. Stewart up in P6. Blake Urquhart in P7. Let's see if anyone's jumped into the green room. No one as yet. But that was certainly
54.
Certainly pretty wild. A wild finish. But Bo Elbert picks up the win in his little weapon of a thing. So we'll relive that last lap. It was the last lap before, so I do apologise. But I guess the good bit is we've still got one more race to go. So just give me 2 seconds. I think it ended up pretty well. 40 minutes was actually probably not too bad. So we might leave it at 40 again for the next one. No one's jumped up to the green room just yet, so that's completely okay. But there was a big push there, and then Rick just kind of squeezed a little bit as well. So I think there's a bit of, we'll have a bit of a look here and see exactly how that looked. But Bo went the narrow option. Bit of contact, and yeah, it's pretty hard racing there. And then I guess I'm going to assume that at that point Brady Myers got the slowdown, but I don't understand where he would have got the slowdown. Well, that was pretty willing there from Rick as well in the rejoin, but Yeah, that hurts. I'm not sure. Not quite sure what happened there, but interesting. We've got Rick in the. Yeah, he did leave a little bit too much room. We've got Rick in the green room, so we'll bring Mr. Kuznetsov up. Rick,
Yo,
well done.
it was a pretty exciting race, I guess, in the last lap.
Pretty intense. We've got some comments. So you left a little bit of room for Bo down the back end there, and there's a little bit of contact, but it looked like just hard racing.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake on my point. I didn't think it was actually going to go for it. So I guess that's my fault in the end for leaving a space there. But it was a good race in the end, a good pace, and it was good racing throughout the race.
Indeed, mate. What do you think of the 40-minute race? Was it a bit long, a bit short?
Oh, I went very quick, very fast after the second safety car, so
Excellent.
it was good.
Excellent. Oh, mate, what's your hopes and dreams for Winton?
Trying to lay a win now would be nice. Not a second. Copy.
Copy that. Well, yeah, Bo certainly had a ton of pace in there, and I don't know. I think Brady might have got a slowdown at the end. I'm not sure what happened to him because he dropped back rapidly, so that was a bit odd. So he'll no doubt have some pace at Winton as well. But good luck for the next one, mate. You've got 12 minutes to take a break and have a rest.
Cheers, mate.
All right, mate. You have a good night.
You too. See you later.
So that was P2. Bo, mate, if you're around or listening, or if anyone's got Bo's details, jump into the green room. We've got 12 minutes of relaxation before the next race. So if Bo's about, or of course Borgie, jump up onto the green room, mate. We'll have a quick chat for P3. But that was look fairly good. There was obviously some bits and pieces that weren't ideal, but all in all, some mega racing at the end there, especially up the front. But yeah, good fun. If there's whilst we're just in this little hold pattern, everyone, if there's anything you want to have a bit of a look at in a review or watch back outside of the rejoins and the lack of brake holding, but yeah, aside from that, I think it was fairly decent. Work to do for a lot. I mean, we had roughly 25 cars finish on the lead lap, which left roughly 8-9 down. So wasn't awful, but could have been better. But it is Sandown, and it is obviously new to a lot of people racing these cars, so they require a different type of finesse. But Mr. Ben Anthony's just jumped into the 9-5 Discord as well. So, we got Bo Albert, so we will bring Mr. Albert up. Well done, mate. P1.
Yeah, P1. Can't complain. It's obviously nice to, kick off the season. Even though it's a fun season, nice to kick it off with a win. So, won't complain.
Indeed, mate. It didn't look that much fun, but looked like Rick left a little bit of a door open, mate. You took a good opportunity to get up the inside there, so that was mega on that last lap.
Oh, look, I come from a rallycross background. We're used to feeding each other a door if we need to. But no, look, on lap 22, I left a lot of room at Dandenong, and he sort of doored me there. So it's all fine. I don't care about being doored. It is what it is. He understood, I think, and pushed me off. So the way I see it, it's just a nice tit for tat, hard racing. And I think at the end of the day, like these are, they're not touring cars, but they're small little things that you can just throw around a little bit. Like, we're not Formula One. Like, let's not play it safe and just be all pretty and pretentious about, our front wing. Like, no, let's have some fun. Give them the door, give them a mirror. It's all good racing. And look, hopefully no hard feelings from Rick. Love racing the guy. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, obviously pretty exciting into the race anyway.
Yeah, spot on. No, mate, definitely no hard feelings. He had the same sentiments as you. Good hard racing, and yeah, no, it was awesome to watch. And you had bulk pace early on, that's for sure. Did the car sort of come back to everyone else with the slipstream, or were you just playing it a bit cautious?
No, the car definitely loves a draft. If you can get this thing into the slipstream of someone else, like, you're golden. You'll bolt away, or just reel in the car in front. So in that first restart, I was just on the fringes of breaking draft at that 1.4, 1.5 margin. So that's probably why it looked a bit more comfortable than it was, just simply because the draft that Rick was getting behind me
Yeah.
was actually not that powerful, just because the gap was quite big. But when the safety cars came, obviously, pulling a second on Rick isn't too easy. So he managed to stay in the draft, and from there, there was no chance of dropping him. And you saw it as well with Brian Borg and Brady Mize as well. Like the second they were able to latch onto the car in front, you can't drop them. So, but honestly, like as frustrating as that is for the lead car trying to pull away, look at the racing it generates.
Exactly.
Like at the end of the day, it's bloody good.
Spot on. Phillip Island should be a hoot for the last round as well. But
Oh boy.
but how do you think you're going to go at Winton, mate? Done many laps or just going to send it?
Well, I have developed a setup for this 86. It's nothing perfect. I'm still tweaking it every day, but I actually developed it around Winton. So I'm actually hoping the car will be better suited to Winton than it was at Sandown. So fingers crossed the pace will be there. But look, I've done a few other races at Winton, and it's not always been pretty. So let's hope to turn that around.
Indeed. There's only 38 cars to pole through turn 1, 2. So we'll. How was the race start actually? Because it looked like a challenge for some people getting these things off the line, even though they're a creepy crawly, so to speak.
Yeah, they're very difficult because you wouldn't think it, would you? They're very low power, so you're like, oh, you can't wheel spin them or anything. What is it? But the actual issue here is it's very easy to bog the car. The RPM band, or the torque band, sorry, is very high RPM.
Yep.
So getting it off the line when it's low RPM or mid-range RPM, the car just does not wake up. It just feels like sitting in, its little spot and not moving. So does require a bit of a kick to get going. And I think you'll see that at Winton as well. These things are not easy to get off the line. So honestly, if you can hook up the starts, it's a brilliant spot to make up some easy positions straight away.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Well, good luck for the next one. There's only a few minutes to go, I think, until the server goes up. So good luck, mate, and have a good race.
Beauty, thanks for the broadcast, guys.
No rest. Cheers, Bo. So that's Bo Elbert, race winner of the Sandown 40-minute race. So as we said, we've got roughly 4 or 5 minutes to go, and we will be jumping into the Winton server. Same format, everyone. So it's 15-minute practice, followed by a 4-lap, 15-minute lone qualifier, and a 40-minute race with a pit stop. So should be an absolute hoot there as well. And the expectation would be the action's still going to be well and truly up there, and certainly into the middle section of the track around the, I don't know corner names too well, but certainly around the fast left-hand sweeper and into the first part of cleavage. They're pretty hairy in there, so expect to see some mistakes, expect to see some action. We may see the safety car out a few more times. I think we had 3 safety car periods here, so that wasn't too bad, but we'll see what the next one brings. And yeah, we'll go from there. But I might just quickly drop it back onto the starting soon screen, and we'll be back live in approximately 5 minutes. Thank you. But we are back. But we are back somewhere else. So let's see how we go in this race out of the lovely Winton. But Maloney's out there setting purples. So that's the best way to do. Get out there early and get into it. But thanks to everyone who's still hung around. 9 viewers. We've got another action-packed race coming at you. So it should be an absolute hoot as well here. Plenty of action in the first race. So feedback is everyone had a good time in the first one, even though there's a bit of carnage here and there. But let's hope second one is a bit cleaner and a little bit nicer. So we'll see how we go there. But we shall see how this one goes. But anyone want to throw a tip out there for how many safety cars we may get in this one? Let's check that one. But we shall see. So it looks like we're still getting everyone jumping in, which is great. Hoping feedback will be good around the format and the way we've done this. Obviously, this weekend, next week is a 2 race per night format, and then the longer race to wrap it up in the final. Big moment there from Maloney. One of the 9.5 cars. Cool, I was ink just ahead there. But yeah, the bigger race at Phillip Island, big draft track. It'll be quite interesting, entertaining to see how that all pans out. But yeah, it's good to see a bunch of people from different teams jumping in, and it's great to see TTR here. And obviously we've got 1-9, we've got Century, we've got Pursuit, we've got a little bit of everyone in here. I'm going to miss someone if I keep going, but yeah, it's proper good, and looking forward to it. So hopefully this race can be a little bit cleaner. We will see how it goes. But, not sure if we've got everyone in or not. But, numbers may be a touch lower, but we'll see where it all ends up. But timing tower's not popping up for us at the moment. But, that's okay. Brady Myers is in. That's great. There we go. So, Mighty Winton. Forget the Bathurst 300 Invitational bit. We'll just go with the weather. But it's 19 degrees, 83% humidity, clear skies, and 15 kilometres an hour wind. So, should be a hoot. Should be a hoot. If you haven't yet, feel free to drop a share, drop a comment, drop a like. Thanks to had a couple of subscribers tonight. Joe Capone, thank you for the share, mate. Do appreciate it. Bo is on a bit of a flyer. Surprise, surprise. In his interview, he said he's wide there. There's an off track, so that wouldn't count during qualifying. But I imagine this will still be a pretty quick lap. So. We'll see where this pops in. No doubt the P1. Rick goes P2. Sam Muir has gone to the top early as well. So, Ross. Thank you, man. It's Sam Muir in P2 with a 30.33 lap time. So, it's nice and strong from Sam. And time slowly rolling in. So, we've got about 6 minutes left of practice ahead of us. I'm just going to let this roll through on some scenic stuff for a moment, and I'll be back in just one moment. And I'm back. Thanks, Lee, for the like. Appreciate it, mate. We have got 4 minutes left to practice, and we will be back into it. But Jake Maloney, Michael Stewart, nice and quick here as well. He's in P5 there, so that's strong from him. And hopefully we've still got a good contingent in tonight for the rest of this night. We may have a little bit of a drop-off, but that's okay. But yeah, Matty Stewart in the 1.9 car, doing a good job. We got Chris Beakley as well in the 1.9 car, so he's sitting in P9 in practice here. Alex Court, Area 51. And of course we got Jacob Bone in the racecraft car, looking nice and sharp. But yeah, so good to see. Yeah, strong turnout. We've still got probably near 30 cars for the second race, which is great. So proper mega. It's pretty tight at the top, so, well, not that tight actually, I should say that again. Boelbert's done a 28.41 P1, 1.4 seconds clear of Rick Kuznetsov. Jake Maloney just behind him there in P3. Brian Borg again strong in P4. So Cameron Jones, considering he's done no laps here in this car, P6. So that's pretty mega. Pretty bloody mega. But what do we got? 1.5 minutes left of practice. So looking forward to another belter of a qualifying session. 15 minutes. It is 4-lap lone quali. We will let the 15 minutes roll through as well, so we won't cut that short. Yeah, Borgie sled there lapping around. 30 seconds to go. I honestly wish I was racing. These things are good fun to drive. So like I said earlier, if you haven't jumped in and had a blap in one, well, I mean, it's free content for iRacing. So download it, drive it. They are really, really good fun. Really, really good fun. Just whilst we're waiting this to change over, of course, quick shout out to our amazing sponsors: Racecraft Simulations, RSW Graphics, Turn In Race Apparel, Racing Ears, Custom Ears Protection, Cutting Edge Tracks, and RB Media. So massive thanks to all of those guys. The session ends with Bo on top by 1.2. So there's a statement for you. But let's see. I think I actually joined the server as me, so that wasn't ideal. But that's okay. We can still do what we're going to do. Trying to accumulate some points. So we will not be out there qualifying. I can absolutely assure you of that. And what have we got? Is anyone on track as yet? No one's driven out. No one or no one. Everyone is just relaxing, taking it easy, having a good time. Literally. And I've just realised, because I have joined the session as, wow, what a cock up this is. I've joined the session as a driver, so I can't actually see. What a flop. I can't see any cars on track. I was a bit distracted with something else and joined as a driver. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to jump out for a second. You're only going to get timing. You will get times pop up. You will get times pop up. Unfortunately, I just can't show any cars until the race starts. So I do apologise, guys. That's completely on me. Not ideal. Not ideal. I will be back in one moment. All right, the rookie broadcaster is back, and Bo Albert to the top with 28.82. If you're just tuning in, unfortunately, I've entered as a driver, so I can't show you cars on track. And I can't jump out of the server and back in and show you because I've already registered. But Bo Albert to the top, yeah, 28.82, so absolutely flying. He's got 0.6 of a second over Rick with a 29.45 in P2. 30.2. Blake Urquhart, he's done a great job tonight. He had some bad luck in that first race, but certainly strong in qualifying. So let's see if he can have some better luck. Brady Sentence is sitting there. Borgie's just jumped into P3, so Borgie with a 29.72, just in behind Alec Kuznetsov. Brady Sentence, Cameron Jones, Alex Courton, P7. Van Dell jumps up. So again, he had a great qualifying that last race, but unfortunately just didn't have any luck in the race with a bit of a moment where he tagged the back of, I think it might have been Borg, Aaron Borg, not Brian Borg. But yeah, so we'll see how this one pans out tonight. So Toms are slowly rolling in. Who we got? So Muir just moves up a little bit there. Sannon into P14. Aaron Borg into P18. It's interesting, a lot of people have just jumped in, probably haven't done a lot of practice in these things. And they do take quite a fair bit to master, so yeah, it'd be an interesting one. But Bo's gone quicker with a 28.56. Brady Myers up into P3 with a 29.56 as well. So 1 second separates P1 to P3. Bo has absolutely killed it. So he's obviously been smacking out the laps. But if you're out there, like I said, I do apologise that I can't show you qualifying. Absolute rookie mistake, so I won't make that error next week. But that's okay. That is what it is. It's a bit silly that you can't watch other cars on track. But like I said, that's my own fault. But Rick still Brian Borg a little bit quicker again. Sam Muir, great job up into P4 at the moment, so with a 29.50. So that's a mega lap from him. Still got Beakley, Jepson, Bradbury, Branley, and Maloney to put in laps. Now Maloney, I think, started towards the back last race, so we'll see where they end up. But he may do a first to last. John Lee's in car 5 for some reason. It's a bit odd, but normally he's in car 33, so he might not have set his numbers. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I do apologise, guys. And we're only halfway through quali, so a bit of a boo-boo from myself. Muir, great job. Urquhart P6. Patlovic in P16. Kyle Zink in P17. No Gianni Lutsu this race, so he's obviously parked it up for the night. So, but yeah, so we'll see who else we've got. Still got Ash Davis in. Simon Chadwick from the team is in. Of course, Rick's in. And then we've got 3 legends. Craig Shields and Hayden Sell, obviously from 9.5. Mega lads to jump in for the team and jump into race control tonight. So huge shout out to those boys, and big shout out to Benny Morris as well from phase 3. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, so yeah, great from Benny to jump in there and do some stuff as well. But what do we got? 6 minutes to go. Again, can't apologise enough for my little mistake here. Um, so lap times have kind of settled in. Bo definitely. So Van Deltas jumps up there to P6, trying to catch this as it happens. It's not as easy when got things flashing around on screen. But the old scenic bit is kind of working. No, I'm not going to grid myself. That just that'll confuse me enough. Unless people want to see a lap. I don't even have steering wheel on the thing, to be honest with you. So I have to get the steering wheel and bolt it back on. Not bolt it back on, but put it back on. But if that's what the folks want, we could always try that. It's Corey Brown, John Lee down 24th there. So it's got a bit of time to find. It's up there's the man himself, Mr. Racecraft Simulations. No, you can't. Don't disqualify me. I can't get back into the server. No, don't do that. It's all good. Thank you. But yeah, so Robbie Carmichael as well. Good to see him back in. He had some rough luck, caught up in some angst in that last one. But what do we got? 26. Let's call it 27. 28, 29. So we've got 29 cars in for the second race. So that's okay. Let's see. There was a few that couldn't make it tonight, but they'll be back next week, and yeah, we'll go from there. But obviously, it's a 5 race series, 3 weeks. We'll announce the prize money for the top 3 probably next week, and then we'll have a random iRacing voucher as well for a driver that completes every race of the series, and that'll be drawn out with that one of those random org things. So you just generate a number, but that should be pretty good as well. So we've got 4 minutes left, so it's almost there. But Bo is comfortably got pole position locked away here, and this is certainly not. Yeah. Hang on, Johnny. Wait, look at that for a photo. That's perfect. You just don't go talking about bank details in public, Johnny. God, the amount of scamming these days. But is that the random one, mate, or is that P1 for the championship? But yeah, so we'll see how it all ends up. But like I said, I do apologise everyone for the little mistake I made there. I won't bang on about it anymore. But as people leave and join, it's always relevant. But Maloney hasn't put in a lap, so I reckon the first person that can name that person in that profile pic gets a crisp high 5. Come on, drop a comment. Who is that in Jake Maloney's SDK profile picture? Who is it? You get 2 high 5s if yeah, you'll get 2 high 5s if you can name the name in the show and the nickname in the show. Come on. Surely someone out there is going to drop a comment. As we've got 3 minutes to wrap up. Well, I'll tell you what, Brady Myers has matched Rick Kuznetsov's time with a 29.45. I mean, if it wasn't for bloody Albert putting 1.2 seconds... is it Toady, though? Is it Toady the first name? Or is Toady the nickname? But yeah, give that to you. There's a double crisp high 5. But Maloney might be doing a first to last, or last to first. No, Albert's going for the first to last challenge. But Jake might be going for the last to first. But I tell you what, if you look at the times outside of Bo, who's just stomped the field by 0.9 of a second, Rick Kuznetsov at 29.45, Brady Myers 29.45, Brian Borg 29.46, Sam Muir cracking lap with 29.50. So you know, it's absolutely mega close. Sebastian Varndell, 29.77. Brody Sentence, 29.80. You know, so you've got basically, well, 9 cars there separated by 0.5 of a second. And that's pretty close into the 30s all the way down to P16. So, yeah, pretty close. But it'll be interesting to see if anyone can stick with. We are almost there. We're 1 minute away to get this thing fired up and rocking and rolling. Hopefully we get a, well, not that we needed it, but hopefully we get a 3-minute group. We'll wait and see. And again, earlier, thanks, Stephen, for subscribing to YouTube. You can catch us on YouTube or Facebook. Head over to YouTube and search, basically, the title of this. Yeah, you can subscribe over there. The quality is usually pretty good, but hopefully it's pretty good here too. So make sure you hit that 1080p button and watch it in all of its glory. So 20 seconds to go. I don't see anything changing. Maloney will be starting P28 by the look of it. Well, we've got Bilson, who connected late as well. So he's in car 33. That's fascinating. And Robbie Bradbury. So there's 3 guys that haven't set times. Everyone else absolutely has. And that brings us to the end of qualifying. So we'll bring up the grid. And as we go through, we have got, of course, Bo Elbert, P1. Rick Kuznetsov in P2. Brady Myers from Trans-Tasman in P3. Had a bit of a rough finish to that last race. It'll be interesting to see what happened to him there. But Brian Borg in P4. Sam Muir for 1.9. Absolutely belter of a lap in P5. Seb Varndell from Pursuit Sim Racing in P6. Brady Sentence, P7. Blake Urquhart in P8. Matty Stewart in P9. Alex Court, P10. Ash Davis, a good little run there in P11. Cam Jones, no practice. Up into P11. Great job, buddy. Chris Beakley, 13. Simon Chadwick, P14. Miles Burgess, 15. Lockhart Brownlee, 16. Brock Salmon in P17. Stuart Crawford in P18, along with Peter Pavlik. Also from Century, we've got that same little pack again in P19. Kyle Zink in P20. Rob Carmichael, 21. Adam Jepson in P22. Joe Capone from Racecraft Simulations in P23, alongside Aaron Borg in P24. He'll be looking to move forward from there. And then we've got John Lee in P25, Corey Brand in P26, Simon Bird P27, along with Jake Maloney, and of course we have got Jake Maloney rounds out the field. Rolly Bilson will be starting, and Robbie Bradbury as well. So we'll see how that all ends up for everyone. So let's. Oh, we set a rolling start. How on earth has this ended up a rolling start? I will never know. But anyway, we're just throwing some spanners in the works for people, hey? Just throwing some spanners in the works. I do apologise, everyone. We'll get it right. It won't affect too much. But the race start obviously won't be such an issue now. But anyway, rolling start it is. And it's a short rolling start, so it's only a half lapper, so that's okay. So we'll see how this ends up. Hope everyone can behave themselves here and get through relatively unscathed. Let's see how it goes. They're away. Certainly wasn't the start we expected, but let's hope that everyone gets into here okay and gets through turn 1. Everyone's behaved themselves. That's meant from the boys there. Get a load of this. 3 wide down into turn 3, can you call it? Oh, we got action. We got a shunt. That's a big crash. What's happened here? It looks like Cam Jones might have had... Oh, it's just continued. It's absolutely continued. So it wasn't the race start that got him, it was down into here. It looks like there might have been a bit of contact. Oh, bit of a wheel fed, and it's absolutely unraveled from there. And we had a KFC car. Drivers this pole, and these things are incredibly difficult to stop. Incredibly difficult to stop on the grass. With the ABS, it just does not pull the car up. So I'd imagine. Well, we haven't gone safety car, so Jake Maloney's disconnected. Unfortunately, that's a shame. But we have not gone safety car, so no, we have not. So obviously they felt everyone got away okay. Jake, unfortunately, starting towards the back, has been caught up in that pretty heavily. But straight up, it's Bo Elbert with a 0.8 of a second lead. Rick and Brady going with him, but struggling a little bit there. Brock Salmon's had a moment. I'll tell you what, Cameron Jones has been in every crash we've seen tonight, but what's happened here? Oh! Cam's crab walking. Brock's car... Yeah, so he's gone straight to pit lane. I would say he's had a moment on the way into pit lane here. Well, Cam hasn't come across him, so... But anyway, that was a fairly hectic start. We've got Maloney out, unfortunately, but it looks like Brock's going to continue. Cameron Jones is going to continue. They've got fast repairs, so they can get back into it. Hope for a safety car, and we'll bring it back a bit. But the two pursuit cars running together here. Everyone will spread out a little bit more at this track. It's certainly not the draft track that you come to expect. Hey, Brenton, thank you for the like, man. But yeah, it's definitely not the draft track that we've had. Obviously, the race prior to this, but Pavlovic doing a good job there as well. But wouldn't surprise me if, yeah, Alex Clark's got a black flag there. Just ran a little bit wide, made contact with the side of Jones. Wasn't terrible, but again, Blake Urquhart, feel for him. He's got a bit of damage on the car and had qualified so well, but obviously moving back. But looks like Brock's had another incident. He's come back on track as well. But hopefully everything settles in a bit now. John Lee with a little bit of a mistake. Who's he got behind him? He's got Pavlovic. The John Lee in the 5, that's not normal to see, but considering he hasn't done any laps, he's trucking along pretty well. He's up 8 spots into P17. Very narrow line, that's put him wide though. You can see Pavlovic trying to get the momentum off the corner, and it's worked here. Goes straight to the outside. John's going to move it over. Pulls it up, has a little bit of a slide, and you can see straight away the momentum shift. So this is heating right up. You've got 3 Century cars here. Up the front, we've got Bo has pulled away as he battle on for second, but we're going to stay with this. It's, what would you call this? A mega pack. The Colonel's bloody hot and spicy Zinger Burger pack. Couple of tenders maybe. As we've got Blake Urquhart having a bit of a look around the back. But it is on up front. Let's have a quick look up here. These boys have been running hard all night. It's good to see, actually I think Maloney did disconnect, but Salmon's still going, so that's good. So we've got everyone except for Jake still turning laps, which is great. and these boys are into it. But yeah, Bo Elbert, last lap was 1.2 seconds quicker. It's just, it's mega quick. But here you go. See, Brady will jump. Oh, he tried to fake him out. Didn't work. This is the over-under opportunity here, though. Oh, a bit of a tap. Good bloody hard racing this is. Really good hard racing. This pack is still going off, but I don't want to take my eyes off here. As again, Rick goes defensive. Does he stay? Does he? Holds his line. Doesn't move around. Watch the switchback here. No, Brady's going to try and hold around the outside. That might open up the over-under into turn 3 here. He's going to try and hold onto it. There's a little bit of curb. Oh, mega. Mega, and you can see Sam Muir's buying into this as well, so a little bit of a brake tap, a little bit of understeer, but he's held onto it. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Just Sam Muir. You've got Brian Borg buying into the back of it now as well. This will become a 4-way battle for second as Bo Elbert says, see you later, boys. We'll catch you later. But it is on everywhere at the moment. We've got, well, John Lee looks like he's had an off, unfortunately. But he's dropped back a couple of spots, but he's still up from where he started. But this is... Again, defensive. So it'd be interesting to see. This is going to get... Oh, he's going to try and hang around the outside. He's done it. Up on 2. This is proper. Oh, Rick's a bit wide. Doesn't hurt his exit though. Still on the inside into the sweeper. Brady with just a little bit of hop. You see it hopping around, but he's still on the inside. A little bit of a wheel. That's good. He makes the move. Rick drops back. Brian Borg up to P3. Rick into P4, but he's going to try and rally him around the outside. Borgie's been a bit polite there. Borgie's been a bit polite, but I'll tell you what, this has turned into a pretty mega battle straight up. It's settled down a little bit. We're just going to go back and have a look at a couple other battles. We've got Chadwick on the back of Aaron Borg. And we had Peter Pavlovic, sorry, have a bit of a moment. He was running fairly well as well. Oh, caught a lot of curve there as he run. Yeah, it's just gone deep. These things, once they start to go, they are very difficult to bring back. But this is a good little battle. Chadwick and Borg. Borg up 12 spots. So he's on a bit of a recovery drive. Ooh, Chadwick pretty deep there. And just up ahead of us, we've got a bit of 2-wide action with Ash Davis and Lockup Brownlee. So let's see what happens here. Is there going to be a send? It's a good opportunity. If you get a good exit out of here, you see these things hoiking a front wheel up. If you get a good exit, you can really have a good dive down into turn 3 here. But everyone through there nice and tight. We've got Blake Urquhart. He's on a bit of a hunt at the moment. He's trying to fight his way back towards the front. Certainly, the boys will be needing a safety car soon. Bo Elbert, though, has checked out. 10.6 second lead after 7 laps. That's something else. His lap pace is incredible. Obviously, the boys behind have been fighting pretty hard, which has opened up a bit of that. But he has absolutely brained them. This is all settled down again. You can see very quickly very quickly the pack has opened up. But, you know, back into here, you got Vardell, Sentence and Muir. So Muir lost out there. He's dropped a couple of spots in that little exchange. We missed that. That's all we have. We had Brownlee in the pits. Carmichael, he's on a bit of a recovery mission as well. He's up 2 spots, so obviously first race for him was a bit of a write-off. But he is fighting his way back, so that is always a good thing. Miles Burgess had a bit of a moment earlier on as well. Brock Salmon was off track again. He's had a bit of a challenging race here. But certainly this battle is probably the one that is still of interest. Carmichael's just made the move on Pavlovic. And he's got Brownlee just tucked in behind. So Brownlee has boxed. So he has taken the pit stop. So has we'll just stay with this. Whether he's taken tyres or not, I don't know. But this is what you can do. So you get a big send in there. And if you can get that switchback, you can carry the momentum. You can see straight away his run's not brilliant, as Riley Bilson has a bit of a moment in the background. So Riley sporting a bit of damage there as well. But yeah, Maloney is out. We've got Jones is out. Burgess is out. Beakley is still going in the 1-9 car. So that's great. And Brock Salmon is trying to fight his way back. Needs a safety car. Needs a safety car. And he has actually just gone down a lap. So he's going to clear out of the way of Brady and tuck right in behind him. Oh, Brady with a moment. And a bit of sportsmanship there. But it jumps out of the way there and those boys go through. So, yeah, Brock won't be happy that he's down a lap. But hopefully he can get that back. Obviously would be the bonus, but Brownlee on potentially fresh tyres. We'll be closing in a bit here. We've got John Lee, who's just had a bit of a berry punt, and he's done the old rear brake lock, maybe down into turn 3. Has he caught the dirt? He's caught the dirt. Ran a bit wide. Like I said, these things, once they get the tail going, they do not like coming back. But this is on. This is on. So there's that big move that Lockhart obviously went for down into, what is that, the 3rd last corner? We've got a safety truck. We have got a safety truck. Surely not. Oh, bloody hell, Hayden. No, we don't. It's, but yeah, so Lockhart, sorry, we'll get back to this one, but Lockhart putting the pressure on Carmichael. We've got Crawford out of the pits. We certainly need a safety truck, but so far everyone's behaving themselves. There's a little bit of runoff here, obviously, so a lot of cars aren't likely to make the fence. But, oh! Rob with a moment, this will open it up. But again, it's momentum. As soon as you've got to... copy that. As soon as you've got a lift, you just lose the momentum in these things. It hurts. You can see him bucking around. The suspension's quite soft in the thing. And he's had a bit of a moment. That's going to open the door up here for Crawford, who's just come out of the pits. So... Now, Chadwick's fallen off the back of Borg here, so I don't know if Chadwick's has had an issue. Brock Salmon's had another crash, and Simon Chadwick's had a crash. Now, there's 3 cars here that have all had a moment together. Potentially. Let's have a look. Brock Salmon's had a moment. Now, so he's not, okay, so it's not that at all. I think what it actually is, if we were to go back, okay, so it's picking up drivers that are boxing. Yeah, okay. And Rob Carmichael is on the radio here, so I think that all happened pretty cleanly, I should say. But if you're out there, any driver you want to watch, check out, by all means, drop a comment, let me know, and we will make it happen. It's Adam Jepson, unfortunately, has dropped out with a connection packet loss. So we've got quite a few. So Mr. Stewart's the first car that has boxed, and he's in P11. So so far so good for him. But again, look at that thing, hook it up onto two wheels. Threw it right up onto two wheels. It was quite interesting there. But this is a good little battle pack. Here we go, down the inside. Brownlee makes the move. Crawford gave him a little bit too much room there on exit. And now we've got Simon Chadwick looking to the inside. Goes to the outside. How good does that RSW graphics livery look there? So, I think this may be a case of Chadwick has not boxed. Oh, he has boxed now, so he's on slightly fresher tyres. So, it's a bit of a line change there down the straight. Watch that one, but and Carmichael's had a moment. He's had a moment. What's that contact? Was it contact? He's had a little bit of a wiggle come out of the last corner. And as I've said, look at that momentum. It is an absolute killer. Absolute killer. Lockhart to the inside. Whilst this is... Oh, big contact. Big contact. He got it off track as quickly as he could. But, yeah, I think we'll leave that one to race control right there for sure. But, bit of side by side here. We've got Blake Urquhart and Simon Bird. Sorry, Michael... Blah, I'll get this out one day. Sorry, Matt Stewart and Simon Bird as they're going toe for toe all the way down here. So if we can bring this back up, that'll help the folks at home as well, see who's who. Carry all the way down here. So that's the move done for Matty Stewart. We've still got this little battle here, kicking along. So Chadwick's got that move done. It's looking pretty comfortable in the car, so that's good. And it is one thing to be comfy around here. Kyle Zink hasn't a lot of airtime tonight. It's a little lock breakdown into turn 4. He's had a bit of a rough night. Thought Kyle would have a little bit more pace on board, but he has been fairly occupied of late, so that is what it is. But Chris Beakley, we haven't shown him a lot either tonight. He's doing a decent job in P22. He is down 9 spots, so he's had a couple of issues, but still fighting a good fight. So Robbie Bradbury in P21, he's up 11. He started dead last, so yeah, doing a good job there. And obviously Carmichael had that spin contact, I should say, but yeah, he's not doing too bad. Johnny Lee, oh look at this, we've got Joe Capone and John Lee. We've got the two J's flying in formation. He's up 6 spots. He'd be happy with that. Car's straight, couple of little dings on it. It's looking pretty flash. You see these things, they just get up on 2 wheels. But Joe Capone doing a great job up 5 spots. Alex Court had that early drive through, so he's in recovery mode at the moment. Peter Pappleby, he's done a great job all night. Just a little bit unlucky here or there. Same with Blake Urquhart, who's now got Bo Elbert breathing down his neck. So, what are we? We're 20 minutes in, so we are halfway through this race. And currently, Bo is about to lap P15. So, put that into context, he may lap himself at the end of this thing. But, yeah, doing an absolutely stunning job. But if you are watching, you haven't given the old 9.5 page a like or a follow, feel free to head on over to it and give it a like and a follow. And if you're interested in getting involved in these races, then by all means, you know, keep an eye on our socials and our Discord channels, and there's always something popping up in the future. But Stewie Crawford as well, up 4 spots. We got Simon Chadwick, who's starting to put some heat on. Last lap, half a second quicker than Lockhart Brownlee. So he's starting to put a bit of pressure on, and he's within that 0.4 of a second now. So let's see how this shapes up over the next little period. Everyone else in front, the gaps are pretty stable. So I think Rick and Brady have kind of settled themselves into P2 and 3 at the moment. Borgie's doing a great job in P4. Seb's having a better run this one as well in P5, so that's working out quite well. And then Brody as well. So you got a couple of the Pursuit Sim Racing cars there. Sam Ewart, driver of the night so far in my eyes. He's doing an absolute belter of a job for 1.9, and Aaron Borg up 16 spots after a bit of a difficult qualifying. So, but this battle channel's just fallen off the back again. So it's okay. Everyone has spread out. We could do with a safety car, but no randoms in this series. So, oh, Chad very wide there. But I'm pretty sure Lockhart Brownlee. That is Taipan. I could be wrong. If Ben's watching, you can correct me, mate, but I'm pretty sure it's a Taipan car. Either way, I do like that livery. That black to white fade looks nice and trick. Looks very trick. So Borgie was just closing in a bit on the back of Rick, interestingly. So, sorry, no, Seb Mundel's closing in on the back of Borgie at the moment. Alex Court also on the hunt. As I said, he had a drive through early, but is starting to close in on the back of Peter Paplovic. And then we got Robbie Carmichael. Sorry, yeah, Ding Ding, Rob Carmichael, who is about to put a move on Chris Bleakley here. He is in recovery mode. Seb Mundel's got a drive-through penalty. That will hurt Seb big time. Obviously, what sort of gap has he got over cars behind? 16-30 seconds. That's probably about 11. So it's probably going to cost him 2 spots. But if he's got a safety car, he could bounce back pretty well with this. But I'll tell you what, no one's got anything out there at the moment for Bo Elbert. Absolutely driving away from him. Oh! Rob! Round he goes again, just pushing a bit too hard. We'll catch that on replay. As much as he won't like that, but he will. It looks like he gets pushed in a little bit deep. Yeah, it's deep under the brakes and still had a lot of pressure on it. Just, well, there you go. It actually caught the curb. That is the one thing in these cars is, yeah, if it catches the curb, it can create hell for you. But he is back up and running. So we've got cars still boxing. Matty Stewart, Ash Davis on the hunt here. Now, these boys, I'm pretty sure, have had some great races in SRW supercars in the past. But tell you what, Ash Davis, big run out of turn 2-3, or turn 1-2, I should say. hopefully everyone is enjoying the night, the stream, the racing. It's spread out a little bit more than expected at Winton. I thought it would be a little bit tighter, but also thought we'd end up with a safety car, but not so far. But that's okay. That is okay. It's been still pretty good racing, but Ash is kind of there and then falls back a bit. A little bit similar to Chadwick behind with Brownlee. Joe Capone's putting a fair bit of pressure on the back of Pavlovic as well. So we'll just keep an eye on that battle. But this one looks like it's settled down a bit. But this is probably the closest we've got on track at the moment. So, like I said, if you want to jump over to YouTube as well, we've got a channel there. Quality is just as good, if not better, than what you see here. But feel free to venture wherever you like. But most importantly, just drop a comment, say g'day. Always good to chat. But again, this has settled down, so it looks like it's Cabone, box. Bo Albert has pitted. So he's come out after pitting, he's come out in P5. So how far are we into this race? We've got 13 minutes left, so he's opted to box now, which is good, and be interested to see what this thing is like on potentially fresh tyres. Haven't actually tested to see how long tyres take versus fuel on these things, but as we said, the fuel burn's only about 1.2 litres per lap around here or anywhere else by the looks of it. So we'll see how this thing goes. But next week, same time, we have Oran Park, same format, Oran Park, and we have of course Bathurst. For the second race next week. And then the week after, Brady Myers, he hasn't crashed, he's entered pit lane. So Brady has boxed. Rick has equally boxed. Everyone using pit lane appropriately. Rick, do me proud. Good job. It's got Borgiv. So we got the top 5 boxing, as Bo will happily say, thank you boys. Catch you later. Now, Brady has not gone up on the stands. Fast repair used. Yeah, so everyone's just putting fuel in. Rick dropping skids on the way out. But, yeah, so they are just putting fuel in, not putting tyres on, I should say. But yeah, back to the point. So, obviously, next week we've got Oran Park and Bathurst, and then we followed up with a bit of a longer race. Well, not a longer race, it's actually a 3-heat format race at Phillip Island to round out the championship. So that's in 2 weeks' time tonight, so that should be an absolute belter as well. But looking at it, we've had, and Rob looks like he's had another moment. Kyle's had a moment, has he? Let's just go and check out Kyle's Inc. There he is right there. Copy that. So he's had a spin just in front of the leader. But what we're going to do, I'm going to shut up for a minute, and I think we should jump on board with the man that is absolutely smashing the field right now by 16.4 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go on board with Bo Albert for a lap of Winton in the 86. There you go. What was that? That was his fastest lap of the race with a 1:28.28. Absolutely flying. And we've got Matty Stewart's just towed, so he's had a crash. That's a shame for him. He's running so well. So he's had a moment there, so it hasn't picked up his initial. We'll just do the dodgy old re-play. Oh, don't you love it when you see that? So what's happened here? We've got... Oh, it's a bit of a funky net code in the middle there, but it's putting the fence hard. So he's done well to get it back around and out of the way, but that's a bit of a tough one there. It looks like boys are racing pretty hard, and this will play it pretty well actually, but just slow it down here. There's a lot of curb. There's a bit of contact there, and then it looks like there's a bit of net code there, which just got the car a bit unsettled. But and that was Ash Davis and Matty Stewart, so absolute shame for them. Not the way the night wants to go for Matty Stewart, but and he's already used his fast repair, so he is done and dusted. But Borg and Crawford, this battle's still raging on. Borgie's got, from the looks of it, Brady Sentence all over the back of him as well. Alex Court's on a bit of a recovery drive, but what do we have left? Sammy Noble, thank you, man. It's just over 6 minutes left, so let's call it 5 laps. We've got Alex putting a bit of pressure on the back of Simon Burke. Let's have a look and see if he has a little bit too much curve, but he's still going to have a bit of a look. Rolled out of it. But everyone has spread out in this race. Certainly didn't expect it, and it's gone green. Rumour has it, Bo is on a fast lap. I'll tell you what, he's gone purple. He's gone purple in Sector 3. He's using every bit of dirt he can. Robbie Bradbury's on the radio. Let's have a look. What's he do? He's matched. He's matched his best time. Let's just check that. Oh, sorry, nah, that was a terrible lap from Bo. He's 0.003 of a second slower than his fastest lap there, so not ideal. but Sam Ewer, he's done an absolutely outstanding job tonight for 1.9. He's setting P6. He is down a spot, but he's done a really good job to keep on chucking there. So really good, and obviously he's got Seb Varndell a fair way back behind him, so he's got a big air gap there, which is great. But obviously he'd be looking to hunt down Brody Sentence in front. Now last lap, Sam Muir was 0.8 of a second faster. Yeah, copy that, mate. Well, in that case, he backed it up again, Dan. So he went and did the same thing again. But I missed that. But yeah, Sam Muir's done an absolutely brilliant job. So, like I said, he was 0.8 of a second quicker on that last lap. Brady Myers has had a moment. Has he had a moment or not? What's happened here? He's still... Unless it's just thrown a bit of a dummy spit here, but he's still in P2 on timing. Okay, so... Oh! Oh! Who was that? Simon Bird has had a moment in front. Oh, it's hoiked the front end up. He's locked the brakes and then driven back down. We've got to get these boys to hold brakes, yeah? But it looks like Brady's got away with it. There's barely even a scratch on the front of it, so... last race. Now we've had Brody's sentences at a moment. No, sorry, Brody's into the pit, so he's the last car to pit. So everyone's now boxed. Lock up Brownlee, so this battle's still going strong. Look at the thing, hoik the wheels up. Let's just go back and have a quick look at that. These things have got so much grip. As he turns the car in, it literally lifts both inside wheels off the ground. Absolutely mega to watch. So, and we're not going to miss the last lap this time. We did last time, but yeah, this battle is a doozy. The hard luck story certainly tonight. There's quite a few guys that have DNF'd. I've had a couple of net codes, but yeah, not ideal for a couple of people tonight. So certainly hope there's a bit of light flashing going on, a bit of gamesmanship. But that actually hurt himself. So he get off the flashes and get on the brakes and get the thing into apex. But what we got? We got a minute 40 left. Oh. Lockhart's pushing hard, so that kind of ends that little battle for now. We've got Brody, Sentence, and Seb Varndell battling for 6th and 7th. But I tell you what, we're going to go pick up this man. We'll keep an eye on the timing and see if there's any battles that tighten up a bit. But Bo Albert has absolutely dominated Winton. Bit of a message to be sent when we interviewed him after the first race, where he said he actually built the setup to suit Winton. You knew that there was going to be plenty of activity here for him, but I'm not sure if this will be his last lap. I think it is. Hasn't come up with the flag on my screen, but yeah. Of course, running the blue livery. Stepping away from Altus this week. Still doing the Bathurst 24-hour though, but off doing his own thing. So good luck to Bo, and wherever he ends up, I'm sure it'll be Horimatis going to do his own thing. But be an asset no matter where he ends up or who he works with. So, and of course, if you haven't checked out his YouTube channels and so forth, go and check it out. Spot the sorry, I'm struggling with my my chat, but spot the Subies logo. Is there a Subaru logo on the thing? But dominant, 24 seconds over the field, and you know, we're not talking a subpar field here. This is yeah, this is pretty impressive stuff. So you're talking about 24 seconds over Brady Myers, another 4 seconds back to Rick Kuznetsov, and of course Brian Borg another 10 seconds back there. But absolutely stellar drive as he comes around the last corner. Bo Albert grabs the W up at Winton. Absolutely flawless drive. We've got Brady Myers avoided that late race scare. Hopefully he doesn't have another one in the last two corners. But here comes Brady down into second last corner, down into the last to grab a P2 after his, I think it was a P6 in the first race after some late issues. We'll have to have a chat to him after this to see what the go is. But Rick Kuznetsov comes across the line in P3. And Brian Borg will bring the 017 home just in front of Sam Muir in P4, with Sam Muir with a bloody great drive in P5. But it was all about the 06, we'll give him the number tonight. It's all about Bo Albert, and that was an absolutely outstanding drive from the man. He absolutely dominated. It goes straight to replay mode, so I do apologise for that. But Yeah, mega drive from Bo. 24.8 seconds at the end over Brady Myers with Rick Kuznetsov in P3, another 4.2 seconds back. But absolutely mega effort. We'll wait for the boys to jump up into the green room. Whilst they're on track, they will not be in the green room, of course. But we'll keep on ticking along. But thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll grab these boys up for a bit of an interview. Hopefully they all jump in. Really good turnout for night one. Hopefully night two and the race 3 and 4 next week is just as strong. But yeah, proper good. Enjoyed it. Proper good is good English. F for the lack of custom paints. I know. Come on. Straight up plain blue. But as he avoids a flying Sam Muir. But wonder if these things are making the jump, by the way, at Bathurst. Surely the suspension of these things are that springy that they would be well up there. But Brady Sentence in P6. That's a hell of a wobble. Did a great job. See if we can't bring up the results. Hey, they came up. How good's that? But what do we end up with? Bo Albert, Logitech, G Alta still on there. But Brady Myers in P2, Rick Kuznetsov in P3, Brian Borg P4, Sam Muir P5, Brady Sentence in P6, Ash Davis, great drive from Ash in P7, Lockhart Brownlee, really strong drive in P8, Seb Vardell with a drive-through penalty ends up in P9, and Simon Chadwick brings the 957 home in P10. Little plug for the team there, but 3 cars in the top 10. Well done, boys. Stuart Crawford in P11. Blake Urquhart in P12. Aaron Borg in P13 after starting towards the back. Alex Court in P14. Peter Pavkovic in P15. Robbie Bradbury 16. Joe Capone in 17. And we will roll through Simon Bird in P18 after that lace incident. Stuart Crawford in... Oh, sorry, we just skipped Simon Bird. Rob Carmichael, unfortunately, he had a rough night. He was running really, really well. And then we go down through the list there. But certainly, like I said, Bo Albert was the class of the field. And let's see if we can't bring in any of the boys that may be sitting up in Discord at the moment. Let's have a bit of a look. We'll flip this back to the first page so we've got the right results up on the screen. But let's see if the lads are sitting in there. They are. We'll start off with P3. Mr. P3 said he was going to get a win. Rick Kuznetsov.
Oh, we didn't get the win, lads. It wasn't great. I would say that the car wasn't as quick as Sandown. It was a bit of a boat, but I guess we got another podium, which is all right.
Indeed. Nothing for Albert.
Yeah, he's a bit quick there, eh?
Yep.
I was struggling quite a bit to even stay with him. So yeah, it wasn't great. But we learned from, I guess, and next round we'll try to do better.
Indeed, mate. You and Brady had a good little battle through the middle there, side by side for a couple of laps. That was mega to watch.
Yeah, I'm surprised that none of us binned it because it was good battling. We both left room, which was good.
Yep.
But he had better pace in the end, so there was couldn't really get him back.
Proper, mate. Apologies in advance as well, but how was the rolling start?
I just binded my handbrake and was ready for a starting start, and then realised it was rolling, so I wasn't too happy.
I don't think anyone did, but including the bloke who set the server. But anyway, don't know what happened there. But well done, mate. P3. So that's a good night for round 1 or race 1 and 2, really.
Yeah, good start to the championship.
Bloody oath. Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate.
All right, I'll drop you back in the green room.
Copy.
Mr. Brady Myers, P2, mate. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. That was a fun little race. I don't know what Bo had for breakfast, but yeah, you're good for us today.
I think it was 6 Wheat Bix, mate. But he was a rocket ship, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was bloody quick. But no, it was good fun. I'm actually really enjoying these cars. So yeah, it was just good to have a fang, and thanks guys for putting it on.
Yeah, no worries. And yeah, obviously decent start in the championship, so to speak, mate, to retain the one. But 2 weeks to go. You back next week?
yeah, I'll be back next week. I can't remember which track it is, but we'll have a good crack. We'll
Oran Park and
just-
Bathurst, mate.
oh, easy. It's gonna be yeah, no, it's fun. Obviously working and stuff, you don't really have much time to sit down and have figure these cars out. But from what we've done, it's yeah, just enjoying having a fang, really.
Brilliant, mate. Anyone you want to thank while you're in here?
Yeah, just thanks to TTR, to Virtual Racing School, Jake Maloney for the setup, and yeah, thanks to everyone for coming out, and thank you guys for putting it on. It's going to be a cool little series, I reckon.
Excellent, mate. No worries. Yeah, unlucky for Jake tonight, starting towards the back and got caught up in that first lap carnage. But yeah, great to have you on board, mate.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
No worries. And the man that no one can catch, Bo Elbert.
Hello.
Congratulations, mate.
Oh, look, that was an interesting race. Leading up to this event, I wanted to sort of get a setup sort of built for this car because I want to race it in other leagues as well and officials and whatnot. And I thought, oh look, if I'm doing the 9.5 Invitational, I might as well make the setup out of Winton, one of the tracks we're racing at. So I had a very, very good setup for this race, and I think it more than proved its weight in gold tonight.
Absolutely, mate. We'll just use it as a fixed set for the rest of the series. That'd be great. But
yeah, no.
but no, well done, mate. That was absolutely mega drive. Didn't put a foot wrong all night, and yeah, just absolutely flawless. I think when we spoke after Sandown, you said you had the set base for here, so yeah, didn't expect 24 seconds on the field, mate. But that was a stunning performance.
No, not at all. Obviously, I probably had a little bit too much rake and rear wing at Sandown, so I wasn't too quick in a straight line and everything. But yeah, the setup was perfect here, and it was so easy to drive, brilliant over curbs. So the setup definitely flattered the gap a little bit, and I'm sure come next week, out of the next tracks they're racing at, the gap will be a lot closer. So I'll take these good races while they're here, because I know they won't last forever.
Indeed, mate. Anyone you want to thank before I drop you back?
Big shout out to the guys at my Discord for helping me out and keeping me company during this race. It was good fun. Shout out to Hon's Racing Team as well, which is our meme team. Absolutely love it. And yeah, shout out to you guys as well for the broadcast.
No worries, mate. You have yourself a good night.
You too, buddy. All the best.
So that is a Bo Elbert rounding out. So the P1 for the night, and that's back to back. So certainly Bo comes out of here looking very strong, heading to Oran Park and Bathurst next week. So that will be, again, we'll just have to wait and see how it all pans out. But absolute belter of a first night. I do appreciate everyone tuning in. It was the first time we've done this sort of format, and obviously I think it's the first proper league race in Australia for these little cars. So really good turnout. Hoping next week that we get the full 40 cars on the grid for both races. But outside of that, it was an absolute hoot. But massive thanks to, of course, Ben Morris for jumping into race control tonight, and Craig Shills for heading it up, and Hayden Sell for jumping into the safety car. Not that he got to use it at this track, which is a good thing. So massive thanks to everyone tuning in. Of course, shout out to our sponsors before we do go. In Racecraft Simulations, RSW Graphics, Turn In Race Apparel, Racing Ears Custom Ears Protection, Cutting Edge Tracks, and of course RB Media. If you're looking for any photos from these events, be sure to hit Riley up. He was in both these races. Didn't have a lot of luck, but he was here. So anyway, until next week, thank you very much, and we shall see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.